Please remain standing for the singing of our national anthem. Please remain standing as I welcome the class secretary for the class of 2015, Christina Gorski, to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please be seated.
Thank you, Christina. Dr. Tiano, members of the Chelmsford School Committee, honored guests, families, friends, faculty, and of course, members of Chelmsford High School's graduating class of 2015. I am Charlie Caleri, and as the principal of Chelmsford High School, it's my distinct pleasure to welcome all of you to this evening, our 98th commencement. Before we officially start the program, I wanted to thank a few people for their contributions in making this event possible. Without their contributions, in terms of planning, rehearsing, setting up, and executing this event, we certainly wouldn't be able to be here tonight for such a joyous occasion. Special thanks to first, the deans, Dean Blagg, Dean Galante, and Dean Lyons. The main office staff, Ms. Bormeister, Ms. Emanuel, and especially Ms. Rick, who put in a lot of the time to coordinate all of the program information that's here. Our House Secretaries, Ms. Beraldi, Ms. Dusewitz, and Ms. Rogers. Callista Cody and Eileen DiRienzo, who spent all the time putting all the diplomas together for you all tonight. Our custodial staff, Cheryl Spalding and Henry Horta. Tom Peterson, Dan Silva, Doug Maffetone, and a host of other folks from Chelmsford Telemedia, including a bunch of former graduates, broadcasting and streaming this event live throughout the world wide web. Special thanks to Mr. Sexauer, Ms. Rader, Ms. Camo, Mr. Bartos, Ms. Loisel, Mr. Vitale, Mr. Wright, Ms. Boudreau, Ms. O'Neill, Ms. Lima, Ms. Leary, Ms. Orsini, Mr. Fanning, Mr. Morris, Ms. Trouvé, and Dr. Rosa. A special thanks to our faculty and staff at Chelmsford High School, and I'm not speaking just of our 12th grade teachers, but all of our faculty at Chelmsford High School who demonstrated genuine care for all of you and have helped you get here today. A special thanks to our members of our National Honor Society, student volunteers this evening. Special thanks to Mahoney's for the flower arrangements that are on the stage, and a special thank you to Staples of Chelmsford for providing the program covers that you're all looking at now. Big round of applause, thank you. As you can see from the program, we have a number of special guests here this evening who have spent a great deal of time crafting thoughtful messages to help commemorate and celebrate this special occasion. As Miss Devaney shared so eloquently at the mock car crash, these speakers woke up this morning with you, graduates of 2015, on their minds. First, I would like to welcome our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Frank Tiano.
Good evening, everyone, and congratulations to our graduates. This is my 5th commencement as superintendent, and once again, I'm privileged to be part of the ceremony. Tonight is the conclusion of your public school years, the day in which seemed so far away when, not that long ago, you were sitting in 3rd grade classroom at Byam, or eating sandwich during 6th grade lunch at McCarthy, or even as recently as participating in freshman orientation. Now, as you stand at the beginning of your life's next chapter, you should all be very proud of yourselves. And so should your family, friends, faculty, and administrators, as it is with their continuous hard work and determination that has also helped you get here. So I congratulate all of you folks as well. Graduates, in a little while, you will line up here to my right, hear your name called, cross the stage, shake some hands, and receive your high school diploma. Once you leave this stage, you are no longer a student of Chelmsford Public Schools. Regardless of your class rank, what activities you participated in, how many community service hours you performed, or what you were doing next year, you are all the same once your feet hit the arena floor. You will be alumni of Chelmsford High School. Trust me, that is going to be a great feeling. To be a member of a group with a long, proud history of supporting an excellent school system as it continuously moves to educate the next generation of children. It's important that you keep that great feeling with you as you venture further down the road of independence, as you will be joined by another not so great feeling, self-doubt. That's to be expected. As you are carving out your own identity and creating and trying on different versions of your future adult self, remember, everyone your age is in the same boat, desperately trying to keep a brave face while masking their underlying uncertainty. As you learned with us in school, please remind yourself that it's okay to be nervous. It's okay to make mistakes. That is what learning is all about. Please, do not deny yourself the opportunity to try new things and think outside of your academic and social circle, even if it makes you really nervous. You need to give yourself every occasion to discover the real you. I'm going to leave you with a quote, and this comes from Steve Jobs' commencement at Stanford in June of 2005. If you ever have the opportunity to read the entire context, I suggest it. Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't be trapped by dogma, which is living with the results of other people's thinking. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your inner voice. And most important, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow already know what you truly want to become. Everything else is secondary. Good luck, class of 2015.
Thank you, Dr. Tiano. It is now my pleasure to welcome to the stage the chairperson to the Chelmsford Public Schools School Committee, former Chelmsford High School principal, Mr. Al Thomas.
members of the class of 2015. On behalf of the Chelmsford School Committee, I congratulate you on your graduation from Chelmsford High School. You have been fortunate to attend one of the best high schools in Massachusetts, and you have helped to keep it among the very best. You have succeeded in the classroom, on the stage, on the playing fields, and in giving back to the town of Chelmsford through a wide variety of voluntary activities. Now, take the knowledge and experience that you have gained, go into a rapidly changing world, and be decent, caring, productive people. If you do that, our world will be a better place, and you will be happy. When I was principal, I would begin each day by saying, "Make it a good day or not. The choice is yours." Today, I say to you, make it a good life or not. The choice is yours. And I would add, have fun along the way. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Thomas. I wanted to take a minute to recognize one member of our staff this year who's decided to retire from Chelmsford High School after 26 years of dedicated service to the students of CHS. Nancy Brudy is retiring this year. She has impacted hundreds of students during her tenure at Chelmsford Public Schools. Nancy, I wanted to thank you personally for all the support that you've given me over the past few years. I've enjoyed having you as an office mate, often stopping by to talk to me about students who need support to buy a lunch or a dress, or who could use a backpack of supplies or some other suggestion you had to improve the school. Or better yet, my favorite, when you remind me at night, when you're in the building late with me, to go home and be with my kids. I wish you the same, Nancy. Enjoy the next chapter of your life, enjoy your granddaughter, and thank you for all you've done. So for the past 3 weeks or so, I've been going through my normal routine when I prepare a speech for graduation. I've been reflecting on my experiences with you, graduates, as a class. I've been thinking about individual contributions that you've made both in deed and in word, and I've been thinking about how I've seen you grow over the past few years, and my mind has been looking for patterns to give me a chance to capture you as a class. And then when I have a free moment during senior week, which there aren't a lot of, the moment of inspiration strikes, and I sit down and take all of those thoughts that have been marinating, and I try to take those words and let them flow through my fingers into the keyboard. I found a few moments this week, more importantly, yesterday afternoon before your banquet, and I wrote up what I believe to be an absolutely killer speech. It was filled with references to a whole bunch of your actions over the past 4 years, where I'd pull out examples of some things that really stuck with me. Some thoughtful, some praiseworthy, some humorous, some legacy-making. I put names in it like Joe or Nikki, Hannah, Trish, Scott, Edgardo, Mike, Arun, Kara, Rajan, of course I wouldn't leave you out, Tanya, Patrick, Tatiana, Rachel, Jillian, Megan, Jackie, Dalen, and Ryan, and a host of others. I'd make some silly reference to how much of your entire class has grown over time, and maybe even pull out one of these impeach Caleri signs from last year's pep rally to drive home the point. Yeah, I still have one. Can you believe that? I wouldn't let that one go. And maybe get some laughs out of you in the process. I'd remark about your maturity as individuals and as a class, and how you need to remember not to let your maturity in high school make you believe that you are somehow finished or perfected, or that you've reached your potential, but rather that your maturity you've demonstrated is merely a step in a long series of continued growth. I'd use a metaphor of a majestic oak shedding its leaves each year, or a phoenix being reborn out of the ashes, filled with the understanding of a previous life and prepared for the next. Then, I plan to share a little story about my kids, where I'd remind you to take something away from them that they remind me of every day. 3 simple words. Always be kind. I would sprinkle in a few quotes from the Dalai Lama, Mark Twain, Aesop, and I'd remind you that the people we remember most in our own lives are the ones who have impacted how we feel. And then I'd remind you that the only thing that you control, the only thing that is uniquely yours, is how you treat people, how you respond, how you conduct yourself, regardless if this is in person or over social media. So always, always, always be kind. And then I'd wrap it up with a nice congratulatory message and then move on. But last night happened. And that changed everything. Last night was our banquet, and I got to see it firsthand. Last night, frankly, class of 2015, you inspired me. You gave me hope. Just watching you run around for various items after dinner, giving up your shoes, your money, your lipstick, your hair products, all those dance-offs that were on the floor, all the laughter that I saw, the smiles, the group dancing, the yearbook signing, the tears, the conga line, the upstanders among you that when you see someone that's doing something that they shouldn't be doing, you report it, rallying around a friend who just hurt her ankle on the dance floor, small groups of people just chilling on the floor in a quiet area at the end of the night, just talking about all the cool things about senior year. The interactions, the hugs that you had with all of your teachers and your deans and your counselors. My favorite, when you invited Mr. Vitale onto the dance floor, whew, that was a sight. But the thing is, all of you, class of 2015, you get it. It's not just about you as an individual, but it's about you as a group, a class, a family, looking out for each other and growing together. Thank you, class of 2015. Thank you for showing me the benefit of all your hard work, of all of us here. Today, you are surrounded by the people in your life who have made an impact on you and helped to shape you into the person you are and gave you the chance to shape yourself into the person that you always wanted to be. Be sure to thank them. I'm proud of your accomplishments, but more importantly, I'm proud of how you've grown. You've reminded me and all of us here of the important things in life: maturity, kindness, coming together, and staying together. Congratulations, class of 2015, and thank you. You've left an indelible mark on this school and on me. As much as Chelmsford High School is a comprehensive high school that offers a quality 21st century liberal arts education, extensive co-curricular offerings, numerous student-run clubs and activities, a wonderfully supportive community comprised of dedicated parents, a strong community, and a vibrant and active alumni association, a school is ultimately judged on its ability to produce high-quality, college-ready students. Our student speakers tonight more than exemplify this rich tradition, and it's my pleasure to introduce our first student speaker, our class salutatorian, Crystal Zhu.
Good evening, class of 2015. I know you're all thinking that you're done with high school, that you've survived, but there is one more thing you've got to face: my long and boring speech. Hopefully, at least some of you will be awake by the time I finish. First, I'd like to congratulate you on your phenomenal achievements as students, actors, athletes, artists, musicians, and as members of a variety of student groups. Our accomplishments over the past 4 years have made it undeniable that Chelmsford High School is graduating a talented class tonight. But we got here not only through our tireless dedication and persistent hard work, but also with the support of teachers, parents, siblings, uncles, aunts, grandparents, and others. Like plants, we had the innate ability to grow, but we could not grow on our own. Plants need sunlight, water, and nutrients. Our families, friends, and the faculty members of Chelmsford High School have served as our sunlight, our water, and our nutrients. Our growth over the past 4 years would not have been possible without them. Our families make sure that we have a roof over our heads, food to eat, clothes on our backs. They have supported our decisions to become athletes, artists, or actors, and have given us the opportunity to have an education. In many ways, our entire lives were possible because of our parents. Then, our friends made up a large part of our high school experiences. We sat with them at lunch, collaborated with them on projects and assignments, and helped them through tough times. It is undeniable that our high school experiences would have been far less interesting and a lot more difficult without friends. Finally, our teachers woke up every morning to fill our minds with new ideas and knowledge. They spent hours planning insightful lessons and went through the tedious process of grading our papers and tests, not for themselves, but for us. They were always there to help us attain success. And all the other faculty members were there to facilitate our high school journeys. Likewise, all of our coaches worked us hard and encouraged us as we grew to become stronger competitors. The successful completion of high school would not be possible for any of us without these people. Therefore, on behalf of the entire class, I would like to thank all the parents, siblings, grandparents, aunts and uncles, faculty members, coaches, and all the other people who have brought us to this point in our lives. And I'd like to thank my classmates for making these past 4 years such a memorable experience. Let's have a round of applause for all the people who have supported us over the past 4 years. This ceremony marks the last time we will all be together as a class. It also marks the first time we will step out into uncertainty without the people who have supported us for the past 4 years. Many of us will no longer have our parents providing our food, doing our laundry, reminding us to get work done, or screaming, "Get up right now or you're gonna be late." Most of us will no longer have teachers who care about our success and who dedicate so much of their time to help us. Most of us will be separated from our friends who have formed such strong bonds with us. We will enter a place where we will no longer see the familiar faces that greeted us as we travel the halls of Chelmsford High School. We will have new classmates or new coworkers, new friends, new teammates. Most of us will have to live with new roommates. We will have new responsibilities. For the first time, most of us will have to make decisions for ourselves. We can decide whether or not to attend work or class and how much work we want to do. We will decide what opportunities we will take. We will be able to decide how we spend our time. But we cannot take any of these decisions too lightly. A single decision can alter the path of our lives. It is intimidating to think about. We all want to believe that we will always make the right decisions and never make mistakes. We want a smooth path to success, but success is not possible without failure. In fact, as Winston Churchill once said, success consists of going from failure to failure without loss of enthusiasm. We will fail, but it is how we deal with that failure that makes a difference. Our life beyond Chelmsford High School will be a difficult journey, but we won't have to do it all alone. So let's surround ourselves with people who support us and remember how Chelmsford High prepared us for college, work, and our new responsibilities. High school has not only filled our minds with valuable lessons on science, mathematics, language, and the social sciences. It has also given us experiences that have taught us valuable lessons on life. My experiences made it clear to me that even the unlikeliest of things is possible if you have the motivation and persistence to pursue it. As a child, I was probably one of the most athletically untalented out of all my peers. I couldn't hold my arms out straight when I tried to dance. And when I tried soccer, I was more interested in the dandelions on the field than kicking the soccer ball. But persistent hard work and training allowed me to be a key contributor to Chelmsford's swim team over the past 4 years. Talent is not all. An untalented athlete can be a strong athlete by working harder than those who are naturally untalented. It's more difficult for the untalented to achieve the same level as those who have talent, but it's not impossible. It's the same way with anything in life. Never forgo a dream because you don't think you have the ability to succeed. Perhaps you feel that you've worked hard for much too long without the slightest bit of success. I know I've felt this when I do poorly on a test that I spent hours preparing for or went through months without a single personal best in swimming. But despite the tendency for life to be unfair, hard work never goes completely without gratification. Patience is as important as persistence and dedication when working towards greater goals. So be patient, dedicated, and persistent as you pursue your greatest dreams. Life will reward you. Finally, I would like to share an excerpt from a poem, A Psalm of Life by Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. Lives of great men all remind us we can make our lives sublime, and, departing, leave behind us footprints on the sands of time. Footprints that perhaps another, sailing o'er life's solemn main, a forlorn and shipwrecked brother, seeing, shall take heart again. Let us, then, be up and doing, with a heart for any fate, still achieving, still pursuing, learn to labor and to wait. So, wherever you're heading off after you leave Chelmsford High, whether it be college, work, or the military, find what you're passionate about, be inspired by others, and work vigorously, but patiently, so that someday you can be someone who inspires others. There is an old Chinese saying that reads, "All things in their being are good for something." We were all born to do something for the world, whatever that may be. So, as this year's graduating class, let's fulfill our purposes. Don't wait, start today. Thank you.
Thank you, Crystal. For the presentation of the class gift, please join me in welcoming to the stage the class treasurer for the class of 2015, Zach Davidson.
Each year, the graduating class gets to leave a mark on the school, a small physical reminder of their intangible legacy. This year, the class of 2015 is commemorating a revered faculty member who recently retired. When you ask students around the school about Carl Rondina, first they get this big grin on their face, then they'll give you a few adjectives, and it almost invariably ends with something along the lines of, "This guy changed my life." As any of his students can tell you, Mr. Rondina has not only an incredible loyalty to his craft, but he deeply cares about each and every one of his students. His passion for music and empathy for others makes us believe that this recognition is well-deserved. There will be a plaque installed inside the Performing Arts Center at CHS bearing his name and accomplishments. On behalf of the class of 2015, I would like to thank Mr. Rondina for everything he has done for our community. Thank you.
There is a rendering of the plaque on the Jumbotron at this moment. Thank you, Zach, and the class of 2015 for that thoughtful gift. Since Chelmsford High School was opened in 1974, Principal Emeritus George Simonian has always identified the most important student in the school, to be the class president. Not only is the president responsible for leading the class, the president is responsible for taking the pulse and working with the school leaders to help the school continue to evolve and come together. It's no surprise, due in no small part of their contributions to this wonderful institution, that each class president's name is inscribed and memorialized on a placard in the main hall. This year's class president has certainly lived up to these expectations. Please welcome this year's class president, Ms. Shannon Nagel.
Congratulations, class of 2015. Can you believe we made it this far? We always used to talk about this day, dreaming and longing for it to come, and well, here we are. Thinking about finally graduating makes me think back to my first day of freshman year. It was a crisp and sunny morning. I was a very privileged freshman as my big, cool senior sister, Caitlin, drove me to school, instead of me having to ride the school bus. The whole way there, she overwhelmed me with several do's and don'ts of high school. Do eat in Caf 2. Don't walk on the wrong side of the hallway. Do seek help from a mentor. Don't use the bathrooms. Do make friends. Don't let anyone tell you that there is a pool on the roof. There is not one. When we scooted into our spot in the parking lot, she asked me if I had any final questions before we headed in. I looked at her with probably the widest, most fearful eyes and said, yeah, where do I go if I need to throw up? I was then reluctantly ripped out of the vehicle, and with cinder block feet, I trudged my way across our infamous parking lot, heading into my vast, scary, and unknown 4 years of high school. There was no turning back now. Unfortunately, I had gym first block, which meant class with students from every single grade, which also meant being in the same area as upperclassmen. My eyes immediately started scanning for potential trash cans and bathrooms. When I walked in, 90 pairs of eyes fell on me. At that moment, I had never felt smaller in my life. I was just a small fish in a really big new pond. However, it wasn't many days after the first day of freshman year that I had found my way around and fell in love with Chelmsford High School in the class of 2015. From that very first week of school, I knew that Chelmsford High School was a very special place. It's a large school with endless opportunities for students with interests of any kind imaginable, yet at the same time, a close-knit and very accepting community. The class of 2015 contains students from every last area of the school who immensely excels at his or her passion, a quality that gives this class a unique and exceptional advantage. Our talent widely ranges from highly intelligent scholars, athletes, comedians, award-winning actors and actresses, backstage crew members, speech and debate club members, to computer geniuses, robot specialists, scientists and math team members, devoted band members, musically gifted students, crazy supportive and prideful athletic fan club members, unbelievable artists, poets, workers, zealous future businessmen and lawyers, and strong leadership represented all across the board. Not to mention, in addition to our talents, we are also hands down the best looking class. I could go on and on about the incredible achievements of this class, but then we'd be sitting in at the 2016 commencement ceremony. The class of 2015 never fails to inspire me every single day. Nothing beats seeing the way our classmates' eyes widen with passion and excitement when asked about his or her hobby. It's things like this that bring a smile to my face. We respect each other's diverse talents and support each other, which has brought this class very close together. The best thing about this class is that every one of us takes pride in being a member of 2015. We love this class and the people in it. We love our school, our home. We all know what it means to be a Lion, and our camaraderie is unparalleled too. We've always been friendly toward each other, but this year especially, we have grown very close together through bonding. I mean, come on, how live was Banquet last night? A class with this much companionship and pride is rare. I may be a bit biased, but I believe this class is one of the greatest classes to ever walk through Chelmsford High School. I'm going to miss huddling together for warmth at football games and taking turns waving our homemade flag with vigor and huge smiles across our faces. I'm going to miss Thursday mornings, otherwise known as flex days, the days where school starts at 8:19 instead of 7:19, giving us all an extra hour of sleep. It's incredible how everyone's moods were much more cheery and elevated those days. I didn't receive the normal groans and rolling of the eyes when I said good morning. It was great. I'm going to miss the math wing during plus blocks, lively and bustling with seniors. I'm going to miss our school dances, even if Cap 2 gets unbearably hot and sticky. I'm going to miss being on the volleyball court at a home game and looking up in the stands to see the Tundra in full force, having a blast, cheering and screaming for the Lions, knowing that they have our back. I'm going to miss all the hard work we put in during Spirit Week and how we all lose our voices after pep rally. I'm going to miss our best of the best staff and teachers. They definitely do not receive enough credit for what they do. Not only have they set the foundation for our education, but they have also taught us so much more than just formulas and equations. I don't think they realize what an impact they have made on us. You are all an inspiration. Can we please have a round of applause for our remarkable educators? But most of all, I'm going to miss being surrounded by all of you every single day. You all are a truly amazing group of people, and I couldn't have asked for a more dedicated and spirited group of people to lead. Sorry. It has been a privilege to serve as your class president. Even though this year was full of long nights, stress, and quite often some tears, I've thoroughly enjoyed every single second of it. It's relieving to know that all the hard work was worth it. I think we can all agree that this past week together has been one of the happiest and greatest weeks of our lives. Thank you for making this senior year a perfect senior year. It is without a doubt in my mind that we have left our mark on this school. We have made history. I would like to give a huge thank you to my teachers, coaches, my guidance counselor, Miss Lima, and my dean, Dean Blagg, for being great role models and supporting me through this journey. Thank you to my parents for everything. You two have taught me so much. And to my girlfriends, my chicas, my girl squad, thank you for being there for me, especially when I was really stressed this year. You guys are the best friends a girl could ask for, and I couldn't have done this without any of you. 2015, when you hear your name called today, strut up to this stage and own it. Be proud of all your hard work and accomplishments. You've earned it. As we go our separate ways, remember all of the little life lessons we have learned here at CHS. You are about to embark on a great journey, and you have the world at your hands. Never lose the fire and drive you have in you, and I guarantee you, you will achieve nothing but great success in life. Success. Please continue to grow into mature, brilliant, hardworking, and determined people. Always remember to smile. No matter where we all end up down the road, never forget where you came from. Never forget CHS and the wonderful and positive memories we have made here together. Always bleed maroon and white. Instead of leaving you with a quote from some really old guy whose name I cannot pronounce, I thought I'd leave you with one of our very own, loved by all, Arun Venugopal. If you were to live each day with the same energy you had at the pep rally, then perhaps every day could be the best day of your life. Thank you, 2015. We did it. Being a class officer is one of the most rewarding high school experiences. It requires a lot of time, dedication, and hard work. However, I have strong faith that next year the class of 2016 will be in great hands. It is with great pleasure that I pass this gavel down to the 2016 class president, Landon Cass.
Thank you, Shannon. Congratulations, class of 2015. It has been a pleasure for me to be able to look up to your class for the past 3 years. I have witnessed you accomplish great things. Your class has numerous natural-born leaders who have set a wonderful example for every underclassman to learn from. You have taught us so much. Whether you are working hard in the classroom or turning the bleachers into a whiteout fan section for Tundra sporting events, you conducted yourself in a way that everyone who observed can strive for. Your spirit, pride, and integrity will certainly take you far in your lives. It is a great honor for me to receive the gavel on behalf of the junior class today. As to be expected, I'm very excited to lead and represent my class next year, and I couldn't have had a better example set for me. Shannon, Ryan, Zach, and Christina, I want to thank you for mentoring me and the other officers and taking the time out of your busy schedules to help teach us what we need to do. You are a tough act to follow. I truly hope that the class of 2016 can have the same successes and continue on your great legacy. Class of 2015, I would like to congratulate you again on all you have accomplished. You will be missed. And now, you are starting a new chapter in your lives, and I want to wish you the best of luck with whatever the future has in store. Thank you.
Thank you, Shannon and Landon. The valedictorian is a position of supreme honor. As our highest achieving student, the title valedictorian represents the student who has excelled over a 4-year period in every aspect of her or his studies. It's my pleasure to introduce this year's valedictorian, Ms. Jennifer Sohn.
As I look out at all of you, my graduating class with whom I've spent 4 whirlwind years, I see a collection of individuals that make up this incredible community known as Chelmsford High School. The connections we've made to each other during our time here come together to produce a vibrant, united school. These connections are made in the classroom, as we plan events like Spirit Week and the 24-hour relay, or preparing for science competitions and speech and debate tournaments. They're made on stage in concerts, plays, and musicals produced by student performers. They happen on various playing fields as our athletes compete and win, and their peers cheer them on. Our community is one made up of diverse parts, and each of us has contributed in a unique way. As each of the speakers have noted before me, this community has so many of you involved in so many ways, and it's just amazing to watch. Each of you brings your own values and your own talents to the table, and this community isn't the same without each of the individuals that make it up. Each and every one of you sitting in front of me has made a contribution to this class and this community. Without all of you, CHS wouldn't be what it is now. The ability to reach out to others and form a community is something that will be invaluable in facing the challenges to come. The world in which we are growing up is not by any means one of peace and harmony. There are innumerable problems to be solved, and it will be our generation's responsibility to solve them. Some of you are future politicians and policymakers, active citizens ready for some change. Some of you may one day work to fix our political system, which right now is so full of dissent and so lacking in compromise that nothing gets done. I remember watching all of your outrage during the government shutdown last year. The problems that caused it still exist. At the same time, relations between the US and other countries are straining under the weight of many complex concerns. Some of you will help negotiate the agreements that alleviate that weight. Some of you will become doctors, nurses, and public health workers eager to fix the disparities in the healthcare system all over the world. Here in the US, some are not getting the care they need, and some are not getting the insurance necessary to pay for that care. Around the world, people are dying from preventable diseases and from diseases whose causes are still poorly understood. Some of you will devote yourselves to research in order to pin down treatments and cures for today's medical mysteries. Ours may be the generation to cure cancer, to stop the spread of malaria and polio once and for all, or to end the epidemic of obesity. Some of you will serve our country abroad and inside the US as members of the military, law enforcement officers, and emergency personnel. This is a time of conflict, foreign and domestic, the war in Syria and conflicts in other parts of the Middle East, the controversy over police brutality in the US. Events like these demand strong individuals like you, ready to devote themselves to protecting others. Some of you will find yourselves taking on the role of activists, prepared to fight for equal rights in many arenas. Feminism is taking on a new form in this generation as women begin to demand equality and men step up to support them. The movement for marriage equality is only growing as more and more countries begin to set dialogues to legalize same-sex marriage. The fight to defeat racism is ramping up after recent events, scenes of protest and violence which are becoming far too common. These battlefields of human rights are some that members of this class will one day stand upon, aiming to make this world fairer and more just for all those who live in it. Some of you will be scientists and environmentalists who discover alternatives to wasteful energy sources and find ways to repair the damage done to the planet we live on. Forests are being cut down, and refuse is filling our oceans. Energy sources we've relied on for centuries are beginning to run out. Weather patterns and ocean currents are changing as the climate does, causing catastrophic storms and droughts. Those who solve problems like these preserve the world for future generations. The challenges our generation prepares to face are complex. Though individual leaders are instrumental in beginning a solution, for that solution to take hold, an entire community must be invested. The community we've built in high school is much like those we will belong to throughout our lives. Those communities depend on open dialogue, respectful collaboration, and common goals to function. This incredible high school community is preparing us to work with others to overcome the challenges the world presents our generation. So many of you will step up to help begin solving these problems, but we can accomplish far more together than we ever do by ourselves. To that end, I must thank those who have supported this developing community. Our teachers have helped facilitate the connections that give this community its richness. Thank you to all of you for creating classroom environments in which students can express their opinions. No matter the topic, whether about the Deflategate debacle, the validity of the school's wellness policy, or the reasons why women and men are not equal in society, These conversations are essential to our school's community. Without them, students would not have the opportunity to connect over shared ideas or over the desire to share their diverse opinions. Thank you also for advising and supervising the myriad of clubs, activities, and programs at the high school, all of which provide incredible opportunities for us students to form connections and friendships that will last for years. Our administrators, our deans, our guidance counselors, and our principal, thank you for supporting us in our endeavors and encouraging us to aim higher and build our community bigger and stronger. Finally, we cannot forget to thank the parents who drove us to sports practices and theater rehearsals, cheered at our concerts, competitions, and games, and generally pushed us to get involved. I, in particular, have to thank my parents, who encouraged me to find things that I am passionate about, things that truly mean something to me. Without that sort of encouragement and exploration, many of us never would have found our place within the high school community. Support from parents, teachers, and administrators is what allows our community to exist and to flourish. As we move forward in our lives, we will all go our separate ways, to college, to new jobs, to different and exciting challenges. We will also find ourselves entering and shaping new communities. As I look out at each one of you, with your hands itching to take that diploma and toss your cap into the air, I understand that feeling of anticipation. I encourage you, however, not to forget the community you've found here. Each of us has a place here, one that has generated memories that will stick with us forever. We've formed powerful friendships, many of which will last for years to come. As you look up to watch your graduation cap rise into the air, along with those of your fellow graduates, think of the community and friendships they represent. This class, the class of 2015, has shaped Chelmsford High School, and in return, this class has been shaped by the high school community. No matter where you go in the future, do not forget what it means to have the strength of such a community behind you. Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you, Jennifer. Please join me as I welcome this year's Vice President of the Class of 2015, Mr. Ryan Loftus, to introduce our faculty speaker.
It gives me great pleasure to introduce this year's commencement speaker, outstanding history teacher and diehard Patriots fan, Miss Catherine Sullivan. Aside from giving meaning to the phrase dynamite comes in small packages, Miss Sullivan is most well known for her engaging classes, spellbounding stories, and always hysterical commentary. Miss Sull, as many students call her, is a master when it comes to mixing fun and education. She's one of those people who you meet and cannot help but like. Miss Sullivan is quite friendly, always welcoming, and never afraid to tell you how it is. It's for these reasons that the class of 2015 unanimously voted Miss Sullivan as their commencement speaker. In 1987, Miss Sullivan became an accomplished graduate of Matignon High School. From there, Miss Sullivan went on to study history at Salve Regina University in Newport, Rhode Island. While at Salve Regina, Miss Sullivan took the opportunity to study abroad in London, where she attended Richmond University. She graduated from Salve Regina with a Bachelor of Arts degree in history. Shortly after finishing school at Salve Regina, Miss Sullivan went on to pursue a graduate degree at UMass Boston, where she received her master's in education. It was not until 1996 that Miss Sullivan settled into room 305 on the 3rd floor of Chelmsford High School. Although very proud of the fact that she has the most seniority in the history department, Miss Sullivan made it very clear that she is not, nor is she anywhere near, the oldest. Miss Sullivan is currently in her 19th year of teaching at CHS and is the proud co-advisor of the class of 2018. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming the one, the only, Miss Sullivan.
Okay. No, I'm okay. Thank, thank you, Ryan, for that introduction. You really leave me speechless, except I do have to make a speech. So, I want to thank Dr. Tiano, Mr. Caleri, the CHS faculty, the Chelmsford community, parents, and family, and of course the graduates of the class of 2015. When the class advisor, Mr. Vitale, approached me about receiving enough votes this year to make the ballot, needless to say, I was shocked. I told him I needed some time to think about whether I wanted to be on the final ballot to be commencement speaker. I immediately called my mom and asked her what I should do. This just proves it doesn't matter how old you are. There are times you call and ask your family for advice and money. Like the advice many parents gave me, she told me she couldn't tell me what to do, but it would be rude to say no. So I told Mr. Vitale that it was fine to put my name on the ballot. I asked him who else was on it. Once I heard the names, there was no reason to be nervous. I was up against some of the most respected teachers at CHS. And being the only woman on the ballot, I assumed one of the men would win the honor. Needless to say, I was blown away when the class officers asked me to deliver this year's commencement. Let this be a lesson to the young ladies in the audience. Sometimes the best person for the job is a woman. Now the hard part was to come up with a theme, an idea for a speech. Mr. Cole told me to make sure it was about you, not me. Thank you, Mr. Cole. I wouldn't have figured that out without you. One student advised me not to write a speech, but just to go on a rant. But let's be honest, that would probably make some people on this stage uncomfortable. It was actually Miss Pally who gave me the idea. She suggested I share with you the dreams I have for you. So that's what I did. My dreams for the class of 2015. Number one, within your lifetime, you will work in a society in which men and women are equally paid. Number two, if and when you decide to have children, your government will realize that education is the most important part of society. And lawmakers will begin to properly fund it. Remember, an education is never a waste. Knowledge can never be taken away from you. Number three, a new high school for CHS, just in case some of you stay local. Number four, well, I'm sure many of you dream of wealth and opulence. My dream for you is to find happiness. You can have it all, but if you don't have happiness in your heart and mind, everything else will be meaningless. Number five, at some point, I hope you have hardship, to feel loss, as well as sadness. I realize this is a cliche, but here's the catch. I want you to survive this hardship and become a better person because of it. I can honestly say that my darkest moments in my life have had a profound impact on me. They have contributed greatly to the person I have become. Out of sadness and disappointment, you are then able to develop empathy and understanding for others. Your struggles will make you a better person. Number six, feel loved every day. Along with that, tell someone every day that you love them. Your mom, dad, sister, brother, grandparent, a best friend, a roommate, or your dog, and/or significant other. This love will always give you the courage you need for any obstacles you may face. Number 7, I hope you will live in a world that does not judge people based on the color of their skin, religious beliefs, or their sexual preferences, but on their character. I believe this world already exists at CHS. Your job now is to cultivate this way of life wherever you may end up. Number 8, never be afraid to voice your opinion, even if you know it will not be liked. When you see injustice, you must speak out, even though it may not be the popular opinion. Remember, injustices happen at all levels, and if you believe one has occurred, be brave enough to take a stand. Be true to yourself. We seem to be in a strange place in society today, where many interpret a difference of opinion as disrespect. It's not. And don't let this stop you from seeing things differently. There could be others who see things like you do, and your voice could possibly give them the courage and comfort they need. A society, a government, or even a company controlled by people who all think alike is unhealthy and stagnant. Differences of opinion make us stronger and allow for compromise. This ensures a better opportunity for all, so don't ever be afraid to take a stand. Number 9, Tom Brady will be proven innocent of Deflategate. I'll admit that one's more for me than maybe some of you. Number 10, I hope that you are as lucky as I am to have a job that you love. While there were days this past year I found it difficult to come to work, I did for 2 reasons: you, the students, and the people I work with. I hope you are as fortunate to discover your passion and are able to make a living doing it. My last dream for the class of 2015. No matter where you end up professionally, I hope you find yourself working with dedicated and talented coworkers. I am fortunate that I find myself in this situation. Over time, many of the people I work with have become more than colleagues, they have become my family. I wish the same for you. The class of 2015, how fortunate you are that for the past 4 years, the teachers and staff at CHS have devoted their time to you. The dedication this staff has at this high school can be seen in every hallway and office. From Ms. Blakely's ability to see potential in students who at first don't even see it in themselves. Mr. O'Keefe's love of baseball and history, which allows him to teach so many life lessons, even though he does it so loudly. To Mrs. LaGrange's determination to reach students who learn differently. To Mr. Russo's love of business and his desire for students to understand the ethical side of it. To Mrs. Diggs' dedication to CHS, which resulted in the amazing Learning Commons. To Mr. Hart's determination to keep CHS safe. To Mrs. Rogers' ability to keep Emerson House organized as well as everyone who enters it. To Ms. Devaney's reality check classes where students learn how to safely and responsibly navigate social media. To Mr. Robillard's creative way of teaching mathematical equations. To Mr. Marshall's dedication to the CHS athletic community. To Ms. Cochran's zealous love for the theater. To Mr. Morris's love of science and his unique stories which will stay with his students for the long term. To Ms. Cagliano's love of teaching art. To Mrs. Lima's ability to guide students through the college process successfully. To Dr. Rose's ability to connect with so many students. to Ms. Riley's desire to keep all students at CHS healthy, to Mrs. Loisel's love of the Spanish language, as well as her dedication to all of you, the class of 2015. Along with the rest of the teachers, support staff, and the amazing multitasking deans, Mr. Blagg, Mr. Lyons, and Mrs. Galante, their love of education and their professionalism can never be questioned. This devotion can only be seen as love, a love of the art of educating all. Class of 2015, how fortunate you are to have had, in my opinion, the most exceptional teachers in the state of Massachusetts. Remember, graduates, their dedication and love of CHS is because of you. I am going to leave you with the words of an old man, the great American author Mark Twain. Life is short. Break the rules. Forgive quickly. Kiss slowly. Love truly. Laugh uncontrollably. And never regret anything that makes you smile. Thank you, class of 2015. You are all amazing.
Thank you, Ms. Sullivan. And now the moment you've all been waiting for. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct honor at this time to present to the Chelmsford School Committee and the Superintendent of Schools the graduates of the class of 2015 for the conferring of their diplomas. As principal of Chelmsford High School, I have certified that the students before you have satisfied all graduation requirements and competencies as articulated by the Chelmsford Public Schools and the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. Conferring the diplomas and announcing the names will be Mr. Matthew Bartos.
The graduates of Emerson House: Anthony Nicholas Abruzio, Caitlin Erin Ace, Genesis Kiana Acosta, Brianne Elizabeth Adley, Evan William Andrus, Jennifer A. Arnall, Jason Edward Arnaud, Ryan David Ashness, Coleman Allen Bailey, Samantha Margaret Benoit, Julianne Bernazzani, Blake O'Neill Bevis, Patricia Rose Bloomeris, Carly Marion Boyd. Shannon Denise Brunel. Jordan David Buckowitz. Marissa Alexa Cameron. Dean Arthur Carmen. Kiara Hollis Carmoli. Danielle Yvonne Karen. Samuel Thomas Kutu. Emma Rose Cunningham. Ian James Stavis Cuthbertson. Samuel Brian Dahlmeyer. Michael Stephen DeAngelis. Brianna Marie DiChara. Jacob Andrew Deschler Fisher. Megan Elizabeth DeBacco. Jocelyn Ann Dion. Christopher Sean DePietro. Erin Olivia Duffy. Daniel Petron Duggan. Ryan Paul Fahey. Benjamin Andre Ferris. Betsy Ann Fifield. Caroline McRae Flynn. Sienna Mackenzie Flynn. Jesse Tate Foley. Jovan Lee Foreman. Alyssa Elizabeth Genero. Marissa Nicole Getchell. Jacob Stephen Jampa. Samantha Madeline Gavoni. John Patrick Griffin. Jack Edward Hansberry. Samantha Loring Harmon. Stephanie Quincy Hartshorn. Maria Catherine Hyder. Alexander Christopher Hill. James Edward Hill II. Anna Rose Ellen Hogan. Leonard Earl Howard. Timothy Allen Huggins. Peter Albert Jack. Quinn David Jackson. Eric Michael Janiak. Christopher Ryan Jewell. Kripa Anna Joseph. Kristen Mary Kamenides. Caroline Rose Carney. Deanna Rose Kenyon. Andriana Catherine Kerouac. Michael Adam Copeland. Rachel Gwen Lader. Caitlin Elizabeth Lambor. Kristen Elizabeth Lapola. Jillian Lattimore. Eric Daniel Leck. Hannah Gabrielle Lee. Lane Taylor Lenski Barlow. Robert Chung Shen Lin. Amanda Rose Lococo. Emma Christine Lovis. Darren Moon Lai. Andrew Joseph Majeski. Joseph Ryan Marcotte. Samuel Alec Martin. Megan Dorothy Matthews. Michael Sullivan McCarthy. Sean Patrick McCartan. Kelly Francis McDonough. Owen Patrick McNamara. Yulia Nikolaevna Morozova. Andrew Robert Morris. Benjamin Samuel Morrison. Bailey Brian Morton. Kamar Maeve Namus. John Fredrickson Newcomb. Jamie Lynn O'Connell. Michael Luke O'Keefe. Emily Rose O'Neill. Elizabeth Rose Osif. Bhargava Parakala. Alyssa Margaret Pisciuto. Prina Patil. Sarah Elizabeth Patterson. Gabrielle Lucille Perrin. Nicholas Mark Philippon. John Francis Finney. Joshua Daniel Plunkett. Anna Christine Prisbilowitz. Noah Benjamin Solopoulos. Catherine Mary Regan. Kevin Michael Reedy. Shannon Michelle Riccio. Joseph Christopher Rosano. Stephanie Joy Sartori. Cameron Gregory Schilly. Connor Michael Scribner. Aniri Yashodhar Shah. Michaela Elizabeth Shaw. Kayla Grace Sherman. Benjamin Allen Siegel. Michaela Rose Smith. Zachary William Sneeringer. Robert Smith Snyder. Michaela Marjorie Staples. Jadenali Maylon Tang. Ryan Francis Tatara. Christopher Paul Thomas. Patrick Francis Tierney. Michael Mark Totten. Lillian Quinn Hoon Tran. Arun Venugopal. Joshua Patrick Walsh. Brian David Wetherill. Alyssa Christine Wink. Danielle Marie Withicombe. Elena Valdua. The graduates of Hawthorne House. Sarah Drew Anderson. William John Arrington. Jesse Christopher Ashley. Caroline Emma Bain. Samuel Ross Barugian. Matthew Robert Bettinelli. Alark Biren Bavsar. Elizabeth Claire Bombard. Rachel Ann Bossy. Madison Mackenzie Brennan. Connor William Brown. Caitlin Harding Burke. Morgan Elizabeth Cairns. John Albert Campsmith. Stephanie Marie Cardone. Owen Patrick Carpenter. Rodrigo Carrillo Sanchez. Timothy Richard Chase III. Michelle Allison Chernak. Scott Krevlin Cohn. Alexandra Ann Collius. Quinn Patrick Cooney. Victoria Lynn Dion Kaur. Sarah Rose Coughlin. Allison Marie Cox. Jared Philip Isaiah Cup. Taylor Marie Sabora. Samantha Louise D'Amelio. Sarah Marie De Silva. Alexander Graham Davis. Michael William Degnan. Stephen James DeMeo. Andrew Mark Destremp. Tanya Stankov Dimitrov. Kelly Nicole Duggan. Owen Anderson Eastwood. Catherine Margaret Farrell. Joanne Ferreira. Gianna Elaine Firicano. Haviland James Fleming. Colton Mark Forsyth. Shannon Lee Garrity. Adam Bryce Garth. Michaela Catherine Gentry. Anna Neck. Lindsay Olivia Goldstein. Chase Patrick Griffin. Benjamin Thomas Grossman. Kevin Michael Harrison. Anna Elizabeth Haywood. Ian Robert Hemingway. Janelle Amber Marie Hill. Christopher Joseph Hillman. Julia Lee Holtzberg. Nicole Elizabeth Howell. Michelle Claire Jaquin. John William Gillette. Muhammad Johar. Trevor Daniel Jones. Owen Pierre Jordan. Apurva Karparapu. Duncan McFarland Kepner. Kevin Hu Kwang. Eleanor Margaret Langthorne. Daniel Reed Levine. John Patrick Loftus. Evan Sean Lucy. Alexa Marie MacArthur. Brianna Marie Malatesta. Elena Ann Maniscalco. Lauren Helen Maniscalco. Philip Paul Mann. Irina Sarah Manukian. Joseph Louis Markey. Max Andrew Massey. Caitlin Marie McCabe. Joseph Amadeo McCabe. Dylan Robert McClure. Amy McInerney. Lee Ann Metivier. Casper Mark Migalski. Molly Claire Miskell. Rachel Elena Moore. Kira Ann Morse. Kevin Michael Murphy. Catherine Alexandra Nestor. Anna Marie Obendorf. Miranda Rose O'Connor. Rebecca Dorothy O'Rourke. Phoebe Malise Ohm. Alexander Michael Palermo. Happy Patel. Krishna Jitendra Patel. Serena Pearl Pecchia. Joseph Wilson Penn. Robert Francis Perry. Erin Kelly Phillips. Rebecca Lynn Pierce. Carly Joanne Rennie. Hannah Elise Reif. Brian Vincent Robinson. Michael Robert Russo. David Everett Saloma. Elizabeth Grace Saloma. Pedro Luis Santiago. Benjamin Scott Sauter. Lauren Elizabeth Scannell. Nicholas Gray Scrivani. Dishruti Parind Shah. Michael Harold Shanahan. William Patrick Shield. Olivia Marie Sierra. Evan Alexander Smith. Jennifer Helen Sohn. Rebecca Marion Sohn. Tatiana Marie Suero. Christy Sierra Sumner. Matthew Schofield Thomas. Dean Anthony Trahan. Elizabeth Tran. Cassidy Brianne Tyros. Natalia Dmitrovna Voloboy. Coriana Sophia Wade. Erin Patricia Wallace. Sophia T. Wang. Richard Allen Watson II. Lily Erin Whalen. David Richard Whitney III. Zachary Edward Watson Wild. Connor Stephen Worcester. Timothy Conrad Zachert. Crystal Zhu. The graduates of Whittier House. Danielle Madison Ahern. Shannon Rose Anderson. Jasmine Lee Yuan Archambault. Jacqueline Hannah Arndt. Eunice Ireti-Jesu Awaranti. Rohit Bandaru. Megan Yashnika Baptiste. Emma Elizabeth Barker. Nicole Marie Bettinelli. Samrudi Ajit Boyer. Kyle Andrew Bond. Ariana Bonilla. Matthew Russell Brown. Megan Cheryl Brown. Ariana Rochelle Bueno. Fiona Josephine Busser. John Thomas Manzano Carroll. Taylor Anthony Cartaglia. Jessica Elizabeth Cassidy. Jennifer Ann Chamberlain. Wan Xian Jenny Chow. Juan Juan Julie Chow. Cameron John Clancy. Calvin Michael Cohen. Martin Joseph Conley. Patrick Grady Couillard. Pollyann Marie Crasco. Ryan Thomas Curran. Shane Michael Curran. Dean Papa Dara. Daniela Martins Diavla y Paula. Matthew De La Flor. Megan Lynn Dean. Kristen Nicole Durr. Aliyah Vanida Deathwongza. Paul Richard DeSalvo. Jessica Pauline Dodge. Sarah Lynn Doherty. Delaney C.J. Driscoll. Kelly Ann Driscoll. Corey William Dunn. Stephanie Julia Durso. Taylor Margaret Erickson. Joshua Carl Everly. Chad Stephen Fellows. Mitchell Douglas Ferrulo. Ethan James Flewelling. Rajan Singh Gandhi. Grace Helen Gerhardt. John Douglas Grant. Daniel Benjamin Green. Aaron Kevin Haddad. Allison Nicole Hodger. Connor James Hart. Alric James Heck. Adam Christopher Hirsch. Kara Jean Hurst. Alex Hong. William John Hewlett. Stephanie Lee Hutchinson. Seth Roger Jefferson. Waleed Laith Jimma. Shelby Christine Johnson. Xavier Yowell Katzmarins. Jared Chase Headley Kent. Marissa Dawn Kirk. Nathan Alexander Knox. Matthew Thomas Kuda. Brianna Emily Watton. Lucas Ronald Levine. Carla Caroline Lima. Katya Rain Livingston. Kayla Marie Loicano. Mary Kate Lupoli. James Henry Lynch. Patrick Burke Lyons. David Ryan Marr. Caitlin Ann Miranda. Amanda Amy Grundy March. Alex James Marcotte. Joshua Marcotte. Ethan Thomas Marshall. Patan Jayesh Master. Michelle Elizabeth Materna. Shannon Paige McCoy. Michael Thomas McKenna. Kinsey Lauren McNamara. Deborah Elizabeth Miller. Karina Minas. Timothy Robert Mariola. Austin Gregory Mitchell. Carrie Rita Monahan. Amy Lynn Morrison. Samantha Grace Morrison. Grace Catherine Neely. Michelle Elizabeth Nolte. Taylor Walter O'Brien. Jonathan James Olson. Megan Alice O'Neill. Gabriel Joseph Bellucci. Chung Min Park. Prachi Bharat Patel. Carolyn Lila Paul. David Jalen Perez. Renee Elizabeth Perouse. Molly Elizabeth Peterson. Jessica Elizabeth Pina. Curtis Joseph Platil. Justin Charles Plosky. Nestor Austin Polche. Caleb Bingham Pulliam. Haley Michaela Rose. Chloe Olivia Sabatelli. Race Frank Sarategui. Craig Robert Sharn. Catherine Philomena Shea. Julianne Lee Sheehan. Bronwyn Stephanie Shinnick. Sophia Alexandria Silva. Haley Ryan Small. Kristen Elizabeth Souza. Sarah Elizabeth Squarey. Catherine Garland Stowell. Taylor Page Sullivan. Adam Richard Taylor. Jake William Terrio. Galen Dodd Thompson. Michael James Tice. Elise Lexa Wallach. Matthew Nathan Wallach. Jake Michael Warnock. Sydney Elizabeth West. Daniel James Wetmore. Nicole Catherine Roble. Allison Eileen Young. Nicholas Allen Zayer. Dimitra Paniota Zouzis. The 2015 class officers. Christina Page Gorski. Zachary Macaulay Davidson. Ryan Joseph Loftus. Shannon Marie Nagel.
Members of Chelmsford High School graduating class of 2015, please rise. Please grasp your tassel and move it from the right side of your motorboard to the left. This is it, 2015. Congratulations!
We invite you to take pictures with the graduates on the floor. There is no recession. Faculty, could you join me on the stage for a faculty picture, please?